Hey, it's H here, and today we're taking a look at technical analysis for POLYGON or MATIC. This video is an update video for a previous video, so if you'd like to see the whole Elliott Wave count, you should check that out. If you don't know what Elliott Wave theory is, there's a link on screen right now and another one in the description of the video if you would like to learn some basics. But for now, we'll dive into the possible short time setups and some levels that might be interesting. Without further ado, let's jump in. So here's the basic horizontal levels that we've got. Just above us we got a daily, and that is around $1.46. This is where we last rejected from, so this daily has been tapped, and most likely if we could roll up, we might see us going through. Below us we have another daily at $1.33, and that should be providing us some support. That has been acting as support previously as well. On larger time frame we got this massive range that we've been basically at all the way from last year's summer, July 2021, and the point of control just fits perfectly onto the daily above us that I mentioned. This is definitely a high probability short trade that was just happening 12th of April, just today, and I completely missed that as I hadn't updated this, but that would have been a probably good place to take some kind of short. Other levels to be looking at are definitely this retracement from starting from the summer to the all-time highs around the 27th of December, and giving us this level here at the golden pocket with a monthly at $1.12. Other areas that are interesting to me is here at the 0.5 fib with a daily around $1.34. Now this again was just tapped yesterday, and this probably provided a good place for a long setup. Now this daily wasn't here yet, but we had a support from the previous lows here, so definitely something to keep in mind. Another retracement is this one, which is from the all-time highs to the current lows that we have. We have a range value area high as well on around these levels here, where we have support as well, or resistance again from these highs around this area of $2.10. Above us again is that weekly, and there's a retracement again for this the 38.2 retracement, and that is around $1.70 with the weekly. So those are basic levels that I'm looking at the moment. Let's check out some moving averages on the daily. We are currently below all of them, so it is looking kind of bearish on this side at least. Volume wise, we can see that all the way from the start of MATIC's history, we have been coming down, and even lower after the highs we put in May 2021, and ever since again we can see the decline on volume, indicating that we are in some kind of correction at least. Okay, so let's jump into, I'll actually just look at RSI for a bit. Is there something to note? Not really, doesn't look too bad. There is bullish divergence if you want to look at as such between this low here. Is there? Actually, it doesn't look like there is. Let's take a closer look. Again, RSI is taking the line where when this is actually closing this candle, so sometimes it could be a matter of opinion where you're calculating this from. Actually, this is not even a bullish divergence there. There's bullish divergence here though, if you just look at the price action and not where the closes or where RSI actually is measuring things. But in any case, MACD is also going upwards, and as a late indicator it is most likely printing some kind of buy setup here later when if price comes higher. Now RSI is also hitting the moving average and could be bouncing down. Now let's get into the Elliott wave. That is the meat of this channel anyway. So this was basically where we were left off, and we had the wave 4 of primary done. We had a nice 3-wave action going down, creating a WXY. We had marked this as minor. There's a couple of different scenarios. We had this setup where we have a diagonal going into 1, 2. We're going to look into this a bit later, but the invalidation for this is all the way down here at what is that? 62 cents. So quite the ways down still. Another 56% before we invalidate this this thought. Another idea was this, that we had an A, B and C, and now we would be correcting quite heavily. I've looked into this a bit more, and for this to be able to be valid, we would be coming down quite a lot. In this case, we would have printed 1, 2, 1, 2 and 1, 2 already, so a nested pattern of 1, 2s, and this time it is for the downside. Now this is really bearish sign, and it is definitely not something I would like. The invalidation again for this is here at $1.75, and that is the first invalidation for this mini account. If that gets invalid, we still have this wave 2 up here, and this wave 2 can definitely move up higher, although this current price action is already looking like it is over, and unless we get a double zigzag or double correction here, it is unlikely. Usually we want to see some kind of zigzags on wave 2, but it is not really unlikely to have something else, and it is definitely possible, as no rule denies it. So that's the invalidation for this count. Then we had the idea of a WXY. Again, 3 waves here, and then we would be looking for 3 waves down here. Now there's a couple of different ways to look into this, and this is why the WXY count is definitely the worst one to at least to analyze, because there is so many different options. The actions we see here is a zigzag, some kind of expanded flat, and another zigzag, making it a 535. No, this is not 535. Is it? Did I label this wrong? This looks like 5-wave structure for sure. But now I'm thinking again, this maybe it was here. Okay, now it fits better for 5-wave structure. So this whole move is a zigzag. Okay, there we go. Then we have three-way move up here. Looks like a simple zigzag again, and a possible move down here, A, B, C. Now this again could be labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One would be here, as in this impulse case, not in that one, this one. One would be here, because this is the fourth, and they would be colliding with each other, making this not a possible count, and there wouldn't be a count with diagonal here as well, because the wave 3 is larger than both of these waves. So that is the reason I have ABC here. Anyway, I really like the ABC a lot better here than the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just because you would need to place the one here, and then would have this weird looking expansive flat. Now again, that would bring us to C. So this would be again a WXY in itself, and create a ABC or a star of another WXY. I really don't have much on this yet. I'm thinking, as this is labeled as A, I'm thinking this shouldn't be a B. It takes so little time, so I'm more likely to believe that this is not the B wave here, but instead this would be some kind of start of the B wave. So this would be again minute, and we would get another 3-wave setup, and then we would get the 5 waves that would lead us to the B wave. So we would get something like this. But again, this is way too early to really predict anything like this. But just time-wise, I wanted to clarify why I would like to have the B over here and not Y here. Okay, let's put those guys in this folder. Then we have another setup here where we have the A wave actually not done at all yet. So this would be again just a W wave, and then we would have this weird looking but still legal WXY. Now this is legal, but again it is really ugly. I wouldn't like this, but it is valid, and I wanted to show you that this kind of setup could still exist. So again, we would have the ABC here and another ABC here. This looks really good with an ABC as well, so it is possible. I would think that targets for something like this overall would be again around the 1-to-1 area. That would be the minimum one here, the 0.618, and the most common area I guess could be the 1-to-1 here. Again, at that point we would be coming down quite fast, but still we would be expecting 3 waves here for the Y wave. Yeah, and those are basically the overall structures that I wanted to share you. There was some kind of some differences between all them, and that's why I wanted to show them. There was some difference between this one and the last video, as I had more time to analyze this really complex correction that took place here. So again, if you have another way of counting this, let me know down in the comments. And for now, I thank you for watching, and if you have another coin you would like me to analyze, let me know down in the comments as well. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.